got big summer coming up. You've got this big movie coming up.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about your role as Lex Luthor?
The movie Batman vs. Superman is truly wonderful. It's a really kind of creative and I would say very sophisticated spin on the comic book movie. And I think my character in particular is just so phenomenal. Like, he's a guy who is obviously evil. That's part of the canon and part of what we know about him. But also, he's just really clever and charming and all these things that we don't necessarily associate with just evil. He's, there's a kind of like, he seems to ingratiate himself to other people. You seem to kind of like be amused by him and like him. All this stuff that makes a kind of villainous character enjoyable is that they're not just the one characteristic of evil. I feel really honored to play such an interesting character.
Yeah, a lot of boys grow up dreaming about being either Superman or Batman. What did you think about in terms of superheroes as a young boy?
I really was not exposed to comic books when I was younger. My dad loved Superman. I have a nephew who's 4 years old who loves Superman. But I think so it probably just missed my brief generation. I can imagine no boy, unless they're, I don't know, very confused, want to grow up to be my character. But as an actor, it's like the fortunate character to get to play, because the villain is always, the most fun.
Yeah, what was it about Lex Luthor that you just wanted to give to the character? What was it that you loved about it?
My goal with a kind of character that is on paper a villain is to make the character as like understandable and sympathetic as possible, because chances are audiences, if the movie is done correctly, audiences are going to hate him. So it's my job as an actor to try to kind of counter that as much as possible to give different shades. So like the character should be, hated, but if you can kind of walk away feeling like you sympathized with him or you understood him or you were able to kind of even root for him, at least briefly, it makes that character more interesting.
Yeah, and you've got a sequel coming out in June, right?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, we did a sequel to Now You See Me. This is Now You See Me 2. I have heard it came out really wonderfully, but I haven't seen it yet. But it's kind of like, it's just really exciting because in the first movie, we didn't really know what it would be or how it would be perceived, and then the movie was just really loved. And I think part of the reason is that it's very clever, and it kind of asks the audience to like come up to its level. It doesn't pander, it's a very clever movie that asks the audience to try to stay on board and figure out what's going on. And even though there's a lot of action and it's fun and it's fast, I think it kind of asks the audience to participate.
You've been doing a lot of magic to get ready for that role?
Yes, I learned magic, and more than just learning kind of sleight of hand magic, I learned how these incredible tricks are done, and I imagine I'll be sued by like a large organization of magicians if I reveal anything. But like I got to see, David Copperfield perform in Las Vegas as part of the movie, and I was able to kind of try to like figure out a little bit of how he was able to perform some of these tricks.